Hey y'all, I just wanted to do a video on meal prepping. I believe this is like one of the most important parts of your health and fitness journey. Of course, working out is super important, but that's really only 20 to 30% of the effects that you get for your body is working out. The other 70 to 80 is actually what you put in your body every day. So I'm not a master at meal prep, but I've been doing this now for about 3 months and have found some tricks that really help. And so I just wanted to share those with you guys today and encourage you to do this and to make it a priority and to make it part of your life. The first couple of weeks were a little tricky just because I had never done it before and I wasn't really, didn't know all the tricks and the quick ways to do things. And so over the weeks I have learned some things and I'm going to share those with you. The very first thing I do is I plan what meals I'm going to make. So of course Pinterest is amazing and you can look up anything on there if you search on Pinterest, like 21 Day Fix meals or 21 Day Fix approved. Those are awesome recipes to go with. That's kind of where I started with. The recipes that came with my 21 Day Fix book are awesome, but I wanted some variety. So Pinterest was my first go-to. So even weekly now, I'll check out Pinterest for new recipes, especially if, my husband is like, ooh, I really want this tonight, or it's a cold week and we're going to do some soup or some chili or something. I kind of think about the theme of what we want to do for the week. So I usually do that like Thursday, Friday-ish, like in between, free time, in between, like, if I'm laying down at night, I'll look through Pinterest and pin some recipes. So then Friday, I try to make my plan for the week. And here's one of my plans for this week. And so I divide it where I do the same meals on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then I do the same meals on Tuesday, Thursday. I haven't gotten bored of this yet. It just really works for me because for prep-wise, I'm able to, prep those certain dinners and those certain snacks and lunch for those meals in those days, and then for the others. And also I feel like it's cut down on maybe some of my grocery bills because I'm not buying like a million random different things, that I'm just kind of sticking to this. I've also found snacks that I really love and I really crave, so I always get them. And then so I kind of make my plan, and on my plan I actually go from breakfast to snack, lunch, snack, and dinner. So I plan out everything I'm going to eat. And then, of course, I do my colors for the 21 Day Fix, my red and my yellow and my purple and green and all of those. So I'm keeping track of that I'm getting all of my containers. So that's really important. The next thing I do is make my grocery list. So, of course, when we first started, we didn't have some of the things that I needed on a regular basis. But now we've gotten in the habit where we're only buying these types of foods. So produce obviously goes fast, and usually I have to buy produce every week. But, things like spices and different things like that we've been using. So I just check my pantry for my items that I need, and then I make my list. Just plain and simple. I do it on notebook paper. I used to do notes in my phone for the grocery store, but I really like having it so I can cross it off and add things to it, if I need to or whatever, before I get to the store. One thing I really have noticed in the last 3 months of specifically eating clean and like this is that I only shop on the outside of the store. So obviously you're not going into the aisles. I mean, for occasional few things here and there, you may need to, but for the most part, I'm shopping on the outside of the store. I go to 2 shops usually when I'm shopping for our groceries. The first one, I go to Sam's Club, or if you have a Costco, to get our produce because it's a lot cheaper. You get a lot more of it, and not only am my husband and I eating like this, but my 3 children. So, we have to have enough produce to last us the whole week. And then the meats are pretty inexpensive at Sam's too. Like I buy the chicken or turkey, ground turkey or whatever. But then I go to Kroger or Publix for the rest of our items that I don't really need, like deli meat. I don't need a ton of it, things like that. So that is kind of how I prepare to actually meal prep. And then I have found that Sunday afternoons work great for me and our family. You know, getting the kids down for a nap and having the kitchen to myself is great. I've done it with them awake before, but it's a lot. It's just a really good time to do it on Sundays because we are getting ready for the week and getting everything prepared. A couple things that I have found that have been lifesavers for me in meal prepping are just basic Ziploc bags, but I got the 2 different sizes, the snack and the sandwich, and those have really helped too. I try to recycle them, especially if it's like, you know, something I'm going to put back in it, like when I do my chocolate chips for my Greek yogurt, you know, I reuse the bag. But also for convenience for me, it's just great to have the baggies as well. Another huge thing that I have found that works, I found this huge container of containers at Sam's Club. I found it back in December, but they actually still are carrying it. But anywhere you can find a big container of containers. I think it had like 64 containers in it or something. But what I really like about it is it has the different types of containers in it. So when I'm meal prepping, I can put, you know, if I'm doing salad with a protein or, you know, some veggies and whatever else, I have different containers. And that has been super helpful with prepping and keeping it in the refrigerator. Most of my snacks I put in the Ziploc bags. So that's like, you know, this week I'm having grapes and peppers for one of my snacks. And so that's been good. And then when I do my Greek yogurt in a container like this size, because that's one of my snacks I have every day. And so that just kind of helps with keeping it organized in the fridge. Also divide it where my husband's are on one side of the fridge and mine are on the other, just because when he is grabbing in the morning and I'm grabbing in the morning, we're not grabbing each other's. Most of the time it's the same, but you know, we do, you know, specify different things. So that really is helpful for fridge and all of that. Some things that I have found that I really like to purchase when I am grocery shopping are I buy the larger containers of the Greek yogurt so that I'm not like, the little ones are fine, and if you eat those, that's great. I think those are like 3/4 of a cup, which is pretty much your protein, your red cup anyway, so it works out. I just find I get more out of this, and it's a little bit less expensive. One of my favorite things I have found recently is the baby kale and green like mix, a spinach mix. This week I didn't go to Sam's, but Sam's Club has a really giant box of it, and it's great. But I just like I've always liked spinach, and I'm starting to like kale, so I thought I would try it mixed, and it's great. This has been a huge lifesaver is the rotisserie chickens. So this week for lunch on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm having my chicken salad on spinach, and the chicken salad calls for rotisserie chickens, and this is a lifesaver. Of course, I'm going to prep some chicken for some other things for dinner this week, but for the chicken salad purpose, this has been great. It's super fast, just cut it up, and also my kids love it to eat it as well. And then this week I just bought, you know, the regular like chicken at Kroger for, we're going to do the buffalo chicken bowls this week, and you cook the chicken in the crock pot. That's another thing. Find crock pot recipes that you want to try or that you enjoy. Most of the time, if they're not cream-based, they're really great ones to use for the 21-day fix or just clean eating in general. And I try to do at least 1 or 2 crock pot meals a week. And what I've found is we've actually cooked the chicken just like on Sunday, like when we're meal prepping, and you know, turn it off when we get home from church, and use that meat for our meals. So that's been helpful. Of course, I always have all my 21-day fix containers out. I use them for measuring and all of that. But I buy all of this stuff, you know, just whole, and then cut it myself, chop it myself. You know, down to the celery and all of that. There are a few things I will buy, you know, prepackaged, like carrot sticks. I'm not good at cutting large carrots into smaller pieces of carrots. So things like that I have found, but for the most part, I just buy a whole, chop it, and I chop everything on Sunday. So today I will chop all of my snacks, which are all my fruits and vegetables, and I'll prepare my chicken salad. And then another lunch item I'm having this week is a breakfast sandwich. Now with that, I'll prep everything except the actual eggs, and then I cook those the night before and then put them in my container that I already have my English muffin, my deli meat, and my Swiss on. And then I just slide in the eggs on Monday night because I'll be eating that on Tuesday. So this has been super helpful for me, just to get it all done on Sunday, have it in the fridge, and be ready to go for the week, and then have, you know, it all bagged and everything. So at first, it will take you a little bit longer just because you're getting in the routine of doing it. But now that I've been doing this a while, it really doesn't take that long. I would say probably maybe 45 minutes to an hour and a half is my normal time now for meal prepping. And I feel like that's a really great use of that time, especially the amount of time it saves me during the week. Now, there are a few meals that we will, for dinner, prep. Either my husband will prep them that night because they're just better, more fresh. Like the lemon garlic chicken pasta that we're having this week is great leftovers, and so which we'll eat a couple nights this week. But that's a meal that's quick, and he usually can prep it like the night of. So there's some things that we don't necessarily prep all on Sunday, but for the majority, especially lunch and all my snacks, we meal prep on Sundays. So I hope this has been helpful, and I will do some more videos as we go on in our process, just to share with you and to help you. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but I've been having a really great time learning from this and doing this, and just want to share with you guys. So thanks.